Hi, this is Dave for ADSR. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel for regular tutorials. Today we're going to be looking at the 5 new features in Traktor Pro 3.1. So let's take a look. The first thing we're going to look at is parallel view. So this is a brand new view that Traktor has put in. And so we go up to the top here and we can choose parallel. Now the first thing you may see is 2 black screens here appear. So we can load up a track in here or in A. And we can load up a track in B. And now we have parallel views. Now if you noticed, when I had it on mixer view, I had 4 decks. So to change that, what we can do is go up to preferences, go to decks layout, and in this decks layout we have options here. We have 1 deck, 2 decks, and now 4 decks. So that means I can load up another song in here and another song in there. Next thing we can do is you can go from parallel slim to parallel full. So if I just close this, you can see the difference. You've got the top bit and the advanced section, and you don't on the other one. But you can still double click if you want to bring them up. Now bear in mind, this now adds it to the reel. So if we now double click, we go back to our normal slim, micros, etc. But we can then just double tap, and we now have parallel full in all 4 decks. But we have now lost the global section. So we can now go back to our preferences, global settings, and click there. So we now have a very full screen, but now you can see 4 decks in parallel view with 4 full decks. Bear in mind that this can get a little bit busy, as you can see here, and it can get even busier if you decide to load up stems. So I'm just going to do that just so you're aware. And if we load up some stems, now when we go to full view, we've got quite a lot going on, but we can still scroll them around. And we can zoom in and out if we want to. But if you notice, it zooms on all of them, not just 1 deck. So again, just be prepared. There is quite a lot of information you're taking in, and you've lost the ability to zoom in and out on this deck. But that's your updated parallel view in 3.1. The next update is actually another view, and this is preparation view. So if we go back up to the top here and click preparation, it now has 1 long deck. And I've noticed that it always defaults to deck A as 1. So we can just click anywhere and you can see such a long waveform here for prepping. The overall view as well extends, so it's nice that you can pick and choose wherever you want to click. You can actually choose more decks if you want to 2, but that is basically essential view. So if you look at essential view and preparation view, it's exactly the same. So 1 deck, long strip across the middle, might help you see more and prep easier. The next update is tag writing mode. So we go into our preferences and we go into our file management, and you see on tag writing mode we now have 3 options. We have write all tags to files, only write custom Traktor tags, and do not write any tags to files. What this means is it will write all the tags that Traktor normally does to your files. On here, only write custom Traktor tags. So for example, just the BPM and the key. Or if you use another prep software such as Mixed in Key, you can have do not write any tags to files. Next we have the new tooltips mode. Now it's still going to be tooltips, so we go to preferences and we go to global settings. If we select tooltips, we knew that if we hovered over something it would pop up to tell you what it is, which is really handy when you're getting started. However, what it does now is it also works in the preferences. So if I click audio setup, I hover over, it will actually tell me what it does, and that's a really handy thing for those of you just getting started, or that's someone who's never messed around with the preferences before. So you can just really click in and to show what sort of thing it does. Really handy. The last but definitely my favorite new feature in Traktor Pro 3.1 is overmapping. So if we go to settings, controller manager, this is something I've been waiting for ages, and this is where you can overmap your buttons. So for example, if you didn't use a button on here but you needed something else, you could actually just click and go to your controller. So mine is the S4 Mark III. And what I'm going to do is I never use these buttons here. So therefore I'm going to MIDI map them to something else. So I'm going to click add, deck common, loop, and I want the in. And I'm going to learn, click that, take it off of learn, and I'm going to change the device to deck A because that's what I want to do. And then I'm going to make sure that the override factory map is on. Now I'm going to do the same. Add in, loop, loop out, learn, and then I'm going to use that button there. Same thing, deck A, and make sure my override factory map is there. Now, if I move this around, I can select loop in, and anywhere I want, loop out. Now you can do this with any button and function on here, and this is a really simple way of making sure that you've got all the functions you need on the controller that you have. If, for instance, though, you do want to delete them, it will go back to its default. So if I just click that and delete, click that and delete, and if you look at my preview player, you'll see that it goes back to that. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel for regular tutorials.